Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at good old Fishtail from 2025 Singles Case T. So, let's go on with the packaging. So we can see, this is the first time that we've seen this artwork on an actual card back, because when she was released in 2017, she was just under the Chorus 3 banner, which has had the Chorus 3 logo, not the actual artworks. The diecast still looks pretty good. And of course, we see the wonderful trio of Rusty's McQueen, Rusty's Cruz, and Jackson Storm, everyone's favorite characters. But yeah, no, I really wish they put more Chorus 3 characters on the back instead of these three, but I guess it's fine. So yeah, I'll be right back with Fishtail all opened up. Alrighty, so Fishtail is out of the package, and I gotta say, she's looking quite fierce. Very fierce indeed. But let's show a picture of where she appeared in Chorus 3. She's just a background racer at the Demolition Derby, does not speak, but, you know, the one thing I do appreciate about these the holo cars is their unique designs. They're not like the Pizza Cup racers, where they're basically a carbon copy of one another and specific models. No, they're unique. They have unique designs. For example, like Superfly over here, she has like these massive horns sticking out of her hood. For fair game, he's hoisted up. Bill, he has a pixel ball reference on him, and Airborne is just like unique swirl of colors. So yeah, they're not any similar in model, but I do appreciate that. You know, it keeps things fresh. But of course, Fishtail's model has been reused a lot of times post Cars 3, especially in Cars on the Road. Well, get this, there's quite literally a character named Lou who's just Fishtail, just with no decals. So like the Wild Builds, 96, all of this, pretty much all of the decals got wiped off, and bam, you got a new character in Lou. So yeah, that did annoy me a little bit. I do wish they didn't use Fishtail's models a lot, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. I guess it's fine. But yeah, going into her releases now, she was first released as a single in 2017, and in a 5-pack with just Whipperfield and McQueen, which is Beltline Cruise, APB, and I think T-Bone was the exclusive. That 5-pack got reissued a couple times. I think in 2018 it did, but... And then she was also on some weird, like, multi-packs online, and she was even in a 3-pack at one point, with APB and Ovi, I think? Or was it Dr. Damage? I'm not really sure, but... Yeah, she's actually one of the more expensive of the holo cars, which before this re-release, which I actually didn't even know, but yeah, I'm so glad she got re-released in 2025. Of course, the other sort of holo car getting released in this year is High Impact, so that's gonna be a really nice one because High Impact is stupidly expensive on eBay. You basically have to fork over $100 to get one mint, so yeah. So hopefully I can find High Impact soon, but we're just gonna focus on Fishtail for now. So first off, I do like her expression. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it looks quite fierce. She does have some horns sticking out, so kind of similar to Superfly's, although Fishtail's is a lot more like smaller. They're like wimpy in comparison to hers. Of course, she does have the black outline on the windshield, the eyes themselves, a little grainy, but not too terrible. And yeah, she has this really nice matte finish, like wow. Yeah, Talon really excels at cars like this. When they have no decals, like no intricate decals like contingency sponsors, that's when Talon tends to be really, really good at these. I don't have the original Chinese version of Fishtail to compare, so I can't really compare, but yeah, I've seen pictures of it online, and I gotta say, the Talon one is already looking a lot better, but here you can see there's a splash of dark blue, teal, a little bit of orange in the front. The smokestacks, they kind of like fading off from black to gray, gray to black. Her wheels, they look like they've been spray painted, which is pretty cool. They're different sizes. One's bigger in the back, one's smaller. The back tires are treaded, which is pretty cool. We have more of that blue and teal design with wild bills, kind of in that little board there. Racing cones, she's number 96, so one number higher above 95. We have, I think it says Bill, I think, yeah, Bill. Obviously, we're the Wild Bills, but there's actually a Thunder Hollow racer named Bill, who I showed earlier, so that's kind of funny. And an interesting thing to know is that her number still reads 96, whether you look at it from this side or this side, which I didn't even know. So that's really cool that they did that. Of course, we have the window being held by these two black bars. Yeah, so actually, as you can see, it's very sloppy, not as professionally done as the piston cup racers. More that more boards kind of holding her up, and of course her main features, like her back's like kind of pushed upwards. So yeah, the reason why she's called Fishtail is basically because, well, when you're like driving on the road and specifically on slippery slopes, your car kind of does this, swerving as it tries to like gain traction, and it kind of looks like a fish's tail movement. Hence why she's called Fishtail, which is pretty cool actually. Of course, we have number 96 and some squiggly lines going across the bumper. Yeah, also these kind of remind me of gills, which is I think why she's called Fishtail. I think this looks pretty cool. Here's the other side, 96 racing cones. Is it different? Yeah, this side looks a little bit more cleaner than this side. Yeah, definitely. Also, this side here has a lot of like bars to hold on to that window. This side does not. It's pretty much clean, which is what I like. I actually do appreciate the sides being a little different. And you see this other spec. Maybe like she got it from hitting somebody. I'm not really sure. But here is the base. So Euro 2A, so the second week of 2025 at the A factory. Pretty cool. And yeah, that about does it for Fishtail here. Quite a nice release. If it's that's a little too far, but as I was saying, if you find her in stores, pick her up. She's one of the best Thailand releases ever. Well, Thailand re-releases because of her rarity, and yeah, Thailand tends to do really well on the Holocaust. Like I have Airborne here. Yeah, they're not similar model at all. I just want to show off some of these. Oh, let's not do that. Dojo. Let's not smash in the ghetto. Fair Game, who was the last one to get released. Because I believe, yeah, he was canceled in 2017. Got re-released in finally got released in 2020. Got released and ended up becoming Grail. And then I think in 2023 he got reissued, and in 2024 as well. So yeah, not very hard to find anymore, but still a very cool character to have. Superfly, kind of similar colors, mainly the blue, but like obviously Superfly has all this green, number 72. Fishtail does not. And of course I have Bill, who's probably the most famous one because of that Pixar Ball reference. I do have a Thailand Bill, but I think it's actually inside the Mac, so I stick with the Chinese version. But yeah, that about does it for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire, signing out.